Conflict. It's not always the screaming kind we see in the movies. Sometimes it's quieter. It's when someone hasn't replied to your email in 3 days. It's the tension you can feel in the room that no one names. It's let's circle back, but it never circles anywhere. Some people argue, some disappear, some pretend it never happened. These are all different conflict styles. In this video, we will learn more about these different approaches and complete an interesting exercise at the end to determine your style. What is a conflict style basically? A conflict style is how you deal with discomfort when things don't go your way. It's the behavioral pattern you instinctively follow when conflict shows up. It's like your emotional armor. The more you understand these behavioral patterns, the more power you have to diffuse conflicts before they escalate. Based on well-known Thomas-Kilmann conflict mode instrument, TKI, there are 5 conflict styles. Each one reflects a balance between assertiveness, your concern of your own needs, and cooperativeness, your concern for others. The best part of the video is that it encourages you to reflect on your own conflict style as personal growth begins with self-awareness. You can take a full quiz and download a worksheet to gain a deeper understanding of your style. The link is pinned in the comments. When it comes to conflicts, understanding yours and theirs can turn a mess into clarity. Let's explore each of these styles in detail. Number 1, avoiding. Avoiders pretend the fire isn't burning. They are the everything is fine people even when it's clearly not. There's a tough meeting, the tension is rising, and they suddenly shrink into the background, checking emails, nodding politely, or quietly leaving the room. They ghost problems. Not because they don't care, but because conflict feels like danger. So, they disappear. Their strength, they keep things moving and don't escalate the situation. The challenge, that silence becomes noise. This can frustrate others who want clear communication and resolution. Problems don't go away because no one talks about them. And avoiders often end up bottling up years of resentment until it leaks out sideways through burnout, passive comments, or complete disengagement. So when you get in conflict with an avoider, don't chase them. No confrontation. Instead, create space for them to open up about the conversation. Ask for their thoughts one-on-one away from the crowd. Allow them time to process and come back later. Don't expect instant answers. Ask open-ended questions like what's on your mind about this instead of why didn't you say anything. This way you help avoiders lower their guard and bring their honest thoughts into the room. Then we have the accommodators, the peacemakers. They nod, they agree, they say whatever you think is the best. But deep down, there is this quiet frustration that no one ever asks them what they need. And honestly, they rarely ask themselves either. But then again, we have to work with them. Strength, they are empathetic, kind, and deeply attuned to others. But their weakness, their needs go unmet. That leads to quiet frustration, boundary issues, and sometimes full-on burnout. Have you ever experienced this? Conflict arises due to their passive-aggressive behavior, incorrect decisions, and inconsistent work for others. Dealing with them, help them feel heard, not just helpful. Ask questions they usually don't get, such as, what don't you agree with? What would you do if you had no pressure? Let them know they can say no or have a different opinion. These small nudges empower accommodators to speak up without fear of rocking the boat. Now, the competitor, the assertive, quick to speak, fast to win type. They walk into a conflict like it's a boardroom pitch. Their strength, they get results. They don't let discomfort slow them down. Conflict arises because of their need to win. They can bulldoze trust and people have to comply. Their direct, high energy style can come off as aggressive or dismissive, triggering defensiveness or hurt feelings in others. If you are in conflict with a competitor, don't match force with force. Speak in outcomes, not feelings, or else they will tune out. Stay calm and stay clear when interacting. Make discussions about shared outcomes and goals. This keeps the energy productive, not personal. Number 4, compromisers. They love the middle ground and always looks for a fast fix. They will slice the pizza even if they are starving. Their strength, they are fair, balanced, and diplomatic. They are the reason your last group project didn't end in emotional ruin. But their weakness, sometimes they settle too soon just to avoid tension. This often leads to lukewarm solutions that please no one fully, to the extent that no one is satisfied with the end outcome. It causes frustration or repeated conflicts. With them, you need to acknowledge the effort they make to find peace. Ask deeper questions like if the solution is truly what they want or just something we can tolerate. Keep the conversation about the ideal outcomes before agreeing. These strategies help compromisers move from settling to truly solving. And finally, the collaborator, the unicorn. They want to understand, not just solve. They ask questions, they hold space, they believe in win wins, and sometimes they are the only ones with the stamina to get there. Their strength, they create long term trust, not just short term solutions. But the shallow side, they can overcomplicate things. Not every issue needs a 3-step empathy framework. In high pressure situations, collaborators can get stuck in analysis paralysis. This prolongs discussions and stalls decisions, frustrating those who want quicker action. So, if you are in a conflict with a collaborator, affirm their vision but help them stay closer to realities. Engage with curiosity but suggest focus. Keep the goal in view and bring gentle structure to the conversation. Set clear time limits on discussions. Summarize often and prioritize actionable next steps, even if not everything is perfectly resolved. This balances their depth with the need for progress. Which one sounds like you? When things get tense, do you shut down, step up, or give in too quickly? Knowing it helps you lead with awareness, not assumption. Let's now pause the theory and turn the mirror around, because conflict styles don't show up on personality tests. They show up when things get messy. I'll give you 4 questions to get started in knowing your conflict style. Take your pen and paper and let's get started. Number 1, reflect on your last 3 conversations. Did you speak up too soon? Stay silent for too long? Said yes but resented later? Number 2, name your first instinct, not your best behavior in those conversations. Did you want to fight, fix, or flee? Take your time, think through it, and write your answers. The next question is to pay attention to your energy. If that disagreement left you exhausted, it may be because your style overextends you. Number 4 and last question, notice how you think about the other person in that conversation. Sometimes the way we label people says more about us. You may be a collaborator overwhelmed by a competitor, or an avoider annoyed by a compromiser. Take some time and answer these questions honestly. You'll definitely recognize a pattern, and that is the first step. You can't choose a better response unless you see the one you are defaulting to. I've also built a free quiz and a worksheet to help you discover your conflict style to lead with more calm, confidence, and clarity. It's simple, no email required, just clarity in about 100 seconds. The link is in the description. Check it out and tell me in the comments, which style do you think you are? Why it matters to know all this? Most people walk around believing their style is the right one, and that's where things go sideways. Because conflict is never one sided. If you don't understand conflict styles, every disagreement becomes personal. But once you do, conflict becomes a mirror, not a battle. It means understanding how different people express discomfort and responding in a way that moves things forward instead of blowing things up. Learn your style, decode your coworkers, and maybe you will stop silently panicking during every team meeting. Now that you know your instinctive pattern, let's look at a few examples of how you can put this awareness into action. In meetings, notice who withdraws, who dominates, and who tries to keep the pace. During disagreements, pause, don't react. Ask what's their conflict style and what are they protecting right now. Help each person understand the other's default. In leadership, adapt your response to the person, not just the problem. When giving feedback, match your delivery style to the recipient's conflict style to avoid defensiveness or disengagement. Understanding conflict styles is a form of emotional intelligence in action. That means learning to read the room, to notice when someone's not talking and why, to pause when you are ready to react and ask, what else could be true here? It's how you go from, why are they like this, to, I see what's happening. Because good leadership involves understanding conflicts. And when you do that, people trust you more. The tension becomes teamwork, and conflict stops being a threat. It becomes an opportunity. Because the point is to walk through conflict with awareness, with grace, and yes, maybe a little humor. Everyone's got a conflict style. Even the guy who thinks avoiding emails is a strategy. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just how you are built when things get awkward. Once you start recognizing your own patterns and maybe even spotting them in others, you stop reacting on autopilot and become more trustworthy, responsible, and calm. If this shifted your thinking, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone navigating a tough dynamic at work. In the comments, share your experience about tense situations and how you navigate them. I would love to hear your story. Discover more articles, tools, and personalized solutions to upskill professionally at theblogrelay.com. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.